brought to you by Grace. Make a good move today.
You can open a Sagicor Bank savings account from anywhere. Go online and open yours today.
The time by Sagicor Bank is
7 o'clock.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, let's make a deal. Government looks to renegotiate JPS license. Waste not, want not. Local government minister chides improper use of standpipes. Web of corruption. What has the opposition health spokesman crying foul? In the business report, Sagicor's first quarter shows massive growth. While in sports, Windies hunt revenge against Ireland. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7. It's Tuesday, May 20, 2025. I'm Nika Lewis. Thank you so much for joining us. Aggressive outbursts among road users have become a common sight on Jamaica's roadways, sometimes escalating into physical confrontations or death. But experts say recognizing personal triggers and being mentally prepared can help drivers avoid falling victim to road rage. Shante McNeil has our lead story.
Stress, traffic delays, impatient drivers and vulnerable pedestrians. It's a combustible mix fueling road rage across the island. Recent incidents of violent outbursts on our roads have sounded the alarm. Clinical psychologist at the Southern Regional Health Authority, Dr. Paul Smith, says this aggression is often a learned behavior, fueled by the false belief that force means results. He says finding ways to better regulate these emotions and identifying our triggers are key to preventing road rage.
So there are persons with anger issues, for example. We have to be able to tell ourselves that, I have to respect the other person. Emotional regulation is good, but it's also being sensitive as to how others might feel. Because there are times when persons might innocently bad drive us, for example. And instead of saying that it might just be an innocent gesture, we allow the emotions to get the better of us. So we have to be aware of our triggers. What gets me angry? How do I respond to a particular situation on the road? And we constantly have it at the forefront of our minds.
He adds that managing our emotions and recognizing personal triggers can help prevent these dangerous encounters. And as someone who has experienced road rage firsthand, he believes small steps can make a big difference.
Somebody actually drove me down, and the person was cursing expletives and getting quite aggressive. But I had my windows rolled up and my doors were locked, and I did not respond. I remained calm in an attempt to de-escalate what could be potentially dangerous. So what we tell ourselves, what we say to others, that we have to just say probably the person's having a bad day.
Right.
Whatever it is, you stay calm as much as you can.
Meanwhile, corporate communications and PR manager at the Island Traffic Authority, Dante Matthews, says preparation is key. Through public education campaigns, the authority is equipping drivers with strategies to stay calm behind the wheel.
The defensive driving sessions are part of our public education platform. Let's look at, for example, persons who want to operate commercial vehicles. You know that when you're operating commercial vehicles, you drive long distances. So sometimes you get tired, fatigue, distractions, all of that. And so that is one of the reasons why under the new Road Traffic Act, if you are looking to upgrade to a Class B or a Class C driver's license.
Right.
From a Class B, you have to wait 3 years because they want to ensure that you have enough training and enough experience before you can take on these commercial vehicles or even public passenger vehicles.
Shante McNeil, CVM News.
The government is signaling major changes ahead for Jamaica's energy sector. Amid growing concerns over high electricity costs, Energy Minister Darrell Vaz says all options are on the table as the administration looks to renegotiate the Jamaica Public Service license. The move comes in response to public outcry and political pressure, with hopes of bringing long-term relief to consumers. Courtney Lewis has more.
All cards are on the table for a renegotiated electricity license with the hope to reduce high electricity costs for Jamaicans. That's according to Energy Minister Darrell Vaz, who says the current framework under which the Jamaica Public Service operates is outdated and unacceptable for a modern Jamaica.
The framework within which this license operates need to adapt. It doesn't provide the right incentives and it is failing the Jamaican people. The world has changed, technology has changed, and our expectations for energy provisions have changed. We cannot and will not continue with our electricity system, which has such high costs, and we cannot continue with a system where 30% of the power is stolen.
His comments follow criticism from opposition spokesman Philip Paulwell, who argued during his sectoral debate presentation that Jamaicans are unhappy with the rising cost of living, electricity being a major factor. The minister says a collaborative effort is underway to examine the sector's needs and reform legislation.
We have consulted widely, encouraging participation from the public and industry alike, reviewing every aspect of the Act, strengthening our response to natural disasters, to options for reducing theft and losses, to considering competition where appropriate and regulation where it is not.
Still, Vaz warns that even with an intention to renegotiate the license agreement, it will take time. He also offered clarity on the community electrification project aimed at rewiring homes to put more individuals on the power grid.
The paper currently states that the new prepaid electricity customers will be eligible for the credit facility during the 6 months immediately following the effective date of the policy. Importantly, the provision that the credit facility will terminate 11 months after the effective date remains unchanged. This means that a customer who becomes eligible in September 25, the final month of the 5-month window, will receive the full 6-month credit benefit extending through to April 2026.
Turning to Petrojam, Minister Vaz pushed back against past criticisms, noting the company has recorded gains rather than losses. He says Jamaica's latest trade agreement with regional partners positions the country as a rising energy player in the Caribbean.
A new contract to supply Trinidad and Tobago with both high sulfur and very low sulfur fuel oil. This deal is expected to yield $14 billion Jamaican in export earnings, further strengthening Jamaica's energy trade position in the region. Despite some challenges, Petrojam continues to make a strong contribution to national revenue.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
Thank you, Courtney. And in fact, we're being joined by Courtney in studio because we have a few things to discuss with her. One of them is about the story. There's a little more to it, isn't there?
So we also saw coming from that sectoral debate, we see Dr. Peter Phillips, and he's the former finance minister and the member of parliament for East Central St. Andrew. Now, he also made a couple statements, which I'm hoping will follow up in future newscasts. So we can expect that coming from Dr. Peter Phillips. It is perhaps expected to be his last presentation in the lower house.
Interesting you touched on last presentation, because in some awkward way, it's also your last presentation with us tonight. And so we are super grateful for Courtney's hard work, stellar performance, and it's more than a rap that you have given to us here at CVM TV. And we say thank you on behalf of the people of Jamaica and the audiences around the world.
I must say thank you to CVM TV for this wonderful opportunity. It's been more than rewarding for me, and I look forward all the best.
Same to you, Courtney.
Thank you.
All right. So we move over now to the transport sector because 100 new buses will arrive in Jamaica, with 10 of those buses being dedicated to the disabled community. And another set of buses will also be refurbished at a cost of $10 million. Well, these expanded resources, the minister says, will increase the efficiency and capacity of the Jamaica Urban Transit Company.
We will be in a position to improve the hill routes, which is East Rural St. Andrew, West Rural St. Andrew. Yes. We will be in a position to expand more routes in the JUTC, which we have already done, Morant Bay, Yallas, Maypen and Old Harbour. Premium peak hour routes have also been added to support workers, students and general traveling public, not to mention that it will serve the new Morant Bay Urban Center. The ministry will be adding to this development. 10 schools within the parish of St. Thomas are set to benefit from rural school bus system with an allocation 10 schools with 7 buses.
CVM News at 7 continues in a moment, so stay with us.
News at 7 Tuesday, brought to you by KFC.
Crispy barbecue zinger from KFC. Available for a limited time. KFC, it's finger licking good.
The last eclipse of our galaxy. Scientists are gathered here today to witness this extraordinary event. Simply marvelous, extraordinary, unforgettable, one of a kind. Oh man, that's amazing.
You can't ignore the craving that makes everything crunch. The Crispy Barbecue Zinger is back with barbecue sauce, cheddar cheese, bacon, and crispy onions on a spicy zinger filet. KFC, it's finger licking good.
The doctors and nurses here at Bustamante Hospital took care of me.
At Noel Holmes Hospital, we see hope every day.
And the work of STAR is about collaborating at the community level to bring about social and economic transformation.
Together, we can invest in safer and more empowered spaces for every Jamaican to thrive. Join us.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we're redefining what real connection is, prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. Flow customers, get your $20,000 supermarket card when you add postpaid mobile for only $3,700 plus GCT to your current internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Welcome back. So we continue the news. A mother in the Estuary Housing Scheme in Friendship St. James is hailing her 6-year-old son as a hero after he alerted her to a fire in their dwelling. It's a 1-bedroom dwelling, and it's the first fire reported in the community since its occupation began. This has ignited concerns about the structural integrity and living conditions of the units, with residents calling for urgent intervention.
The quick thinking of a child, that's what saved a single mother and her son from what could have been a deadly blaze inside their home at the Estuary Housing Scheme in Friendship St. James. The mother tells CVM News it was her 6-year-old son who first noticed the smoke and raised the alarm, giving her just enough time to get them both out safely. This marks the first fire in the government-backed development since residents began moving in, some as early as 2018.
It is peer problem we have. When I no water, right? A roof. When I no roof, the structural run it stay good.
When you say roof, like what kind of issues with the roof?
Leaking. And you say if rain breeze blow, you hear a whistle. I don't know where it come from.
Water issues too.
Yes, when rain fall, you have to lay buckets.
The resident says, despite repeated calls to the National Housing Trust NHT and Wicon, the developers, the problems persist.
A lot of issues. You call NHT, you call Wicon, because Wicon are the developer. When you call NHT, then put on it to Wicon to get the fixing done. And until now, I still have issues. I'm tired of it.
How long have you been living here?
From 2018.
And nothing fixed up to now?
Some things are fixed, but sometimes you just learn to live with the issues. Because I guess the house subsidized by the government. So we get the lowest rates, yes, but at the same time we get substandard living.
The concerns go beyond plumbing and roofing. Some say the electrical infrastructure is not only poor, but dangerous.
The plumbing, I don't know what kind of hairdresser they use for fixing there. I don't know hairdresser or tailor. We don't have no, I don't know what to say.
It's not done properly.
It's not done properly.
So the plumbing have issues.
The plumber, a hairdresser fix it. The electrician, a barber.
Residents are now calling for an independent assessment of the housing units and urgent action to address what they describe as long-standing, life-threatening issues. Raheem White for CVM News.
Civil society is raising concerns over deep-sea mining, which, if allowed, could become a booming industry, causing harm to the environment. An environment expert weighs in on the importance of Jamaica adding to the list of countries signing the moratorium against the practice. Adrian Williams has the story.
Global advocacy is rising against the practice of deep-sea mining, and Jamaican advocates are joining the cry to put a stop to what they deem a harmful operation for marine ecosystems by urging local authorities to join in the signing of a moratorium. Marine biologist and ocean activist Robin Young paints the picture on why the moratorium is necessary.
Well, a moratorium is basically, it's a little different from a precautionary pause. But it allows countries and other companies and other states to take a brief pause, see what the science is saying, see what other countries are saying. It can also help to regulate, the rules or the instructions of deep seabed mining as well.
The current outcry comes amidst an executive order signed by U.S. President Donald Trump in April to fast-track deep-sea mining in the U.S. and international waters, a move, she says, our government is being slow to properly address.
As of right now, Jamaica doesn't have an official position as far as I know. We are not necessarily for deep seabed mining, but we're not necessarily against it either. And that to me is telling, we don't have a say so far.
But what of minerals used in our daily lives for things such as jewelry making or medical equipment, with some experts leaning to the notion that polymetallic nodules like copper and cobalt will become scarce on land? Would this then give a green light for companies like the Metals Company USA, TMC USA, and the Jamaican-sponsored Blue Minerals Jamaica Limited to carry out deep-sea mining?
Absolutely not. I don't think that the minerals in the deep sea are absolutely 100% necessary for us to get. I believe that if we focus our efforts on renewable energy, on alternative energy sources, which we do have available to us here on land, then deep seabed mining could become obsolete. When we think about companies, car companies, electric car companies, they are moving away from the minerals that are found in the deep sea. So for deep seabed mining to take place, maybe in the years to come, deep seabed mining isn't necessary.
She continued to highlight that the International Seabed Authority, ISA, has its headquarters here in Jamaica, hosting meetings 3 times per year to discuss regulations and rules regarding deep-sea mining. Adrian Williams reporting for CVM News.
The San Myrna Foundation has again extended its reach by donating educational material to institutions in St. Andrew and St. Catherine. Foundation officials were quick to point out it's part of their effort to assist with early childhood education. Adrian Williams again has this story on the latest project.
In a move to enhance the nation's literacy rate, the San Myrna Foundation, in playing their part, visited the Balmaji Primary School in St. Andrew and the Tredegar Park Early Childhood Institution in St. Catherine.
We've been visiting schools, Balmaji Primary and the Tredegar Early Childhood Institute in St. Catherine, and we have some volunteers along with our director, and we're reading to the kids and just making them get interactive and teaching them that reading is how you make yourself. Reading is how you get knowledge and wisdom. So we're just safeguarding education through our books.
As the nation continues to grapple with addressing early childhood education, Project Manager at San Myrna Foundation, Paige Dixon, encourages the teachers to keep pointing children in the right direction.
We continue to build the children, we continue to encourage the teachers to stay by these kids because, they're the caregivers when the parents are away. So it's an encouragement today.
Director for the San Myrna Foundation, Robert White, says he's always excited to see the help benefiting the well-being of students.
Kids is our future, and as you know, in the past we have gave away over 15 million in scholarships and tuitions to students to help them with their education.
Adrian Williams for CVM News.
Spokesman on Agriculture Dr. Dayton Campbell wants to use money from the taxes imposed on imported foods to support an agricultural development fund to assist farmers who need help with the purchase of equipment and to support additional areas of their farms. He has since clarified that no new taxes will be introduced after he made comments suggesting the same at a meeting held in January.
The Jamaican government collects up to $707 million in import taxes annually. 2.5% of that amount will be placed in a special fund and made available to farmers who need assistance if the People's National Party forms government in the next general election. The opposition maintains no new taxes will be imposed on Jamaicans and that instead the money to support the fund will be taken from the current taxes placed on imported goods.
It currently adds up annually, every year, to $707 million that the government of Jamaica collects in taxes. We have said that we are going to use just 2.5% of that. And we are going to put that into a dedicated fund to deal with the farmers. One of the things that we're going to do is that we're going to take a percentage of it and put it at the PC bank so that anybody in this room who are now interested to go deal with hydroponics or deal with carrot or any other crop can go to the PC bank and you can get a loan from the PC bank to go ahead and start your farm. So we are going to make the funding available to you through the government resources.
The funds will also purchase machinery such as tractors, as Campbell contends that the human resource needed to assist with land preparation on farmlands is difficult to obtain these days. This has resulted in the need for heavy machinery to replace laborers.
It's not going to be easy, nor are we encouraging that you should be out there trying to get people to come use fork and them to prepare your land. So what we are going to do from that agricultural development fund, we are going to purchase some tractors and plows to put in the heavy production area so you can get access with something to help you with the land preparation. It is not so easy now to get labor. You can't just go and say, all right, I'm going to cultivate these 5 acres and get some young people to do it because they are engaged in other things, they don't want to do that. 20 years ago, you could get 10 man to work on your farm. Now, you get 2, and you have to provide lunch, you have to provide grabber, you have to provide all sorts of something, and grandma food you have to provide in order for them to come.
He asserted while the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, provides these resources, the tractors are malfunctioning. Campbell was speaking at a community meeting attended by farmers from Westmoreland, Hanover and St. Elizabeth at the Esther Primary School in Lucy, Hanover on Wednesday evening.
Currently, RADA has tractors, but none of them working for the most part. So what we are going to do is to put those heavy-duty equipment into the heavy production areas.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
Stay with us because there's lots more to come following the break.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Brought to you by Grace. Make a good move today.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we're redefining what real connection is, prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. Flow customers, get your $20,000 supermarket card when you add postpaid mobile for only $3,700 plus GCT to your current internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Welcome to this week's Tech Pulse, where we dive into the latest gadgets making waves and break down what the experts and everyday users think. So let's get into it. In Tech Pulse today, first up, we're looking at the Soundmaster Pro X, the wireless earbuds promising studio quality sound in a pocket-sized package. Audio engineers praise its adaptive noise cancellation and crystal clear MIDs, while customers love the 12-hour battery life. But a few users noted that the bass could use a boost. So if you're into precision sound over booming lows, this might be the one for you. Major brands are pushing AI-enhanced smartphones harder than ever. The new AI-driven assistant on the Pixel Nova X is making waves, predicting user needs and automating tasks. Reviewers call it the closest thing to a real-life personal assistant. But some early users feel that the AI's responses can be too rigid. So still, it's clear that AI-driven experiences are becoming standard. So expect these features to trickle down to mid-range devices soon. It's the LifeSync 360 band, and it's taking over health tracking beyond the basics. Doctors and fitness gurus love its real-time hydration monitoring, claiming it's a game changer for athletes. Customers say they feel more in tune with their body's needs, though a handful report that the sleep tracking still needs fine-tuning. Finally, let's talk charging. A new graphene-based charger claims to charge a phone from 0 to 50% in 30 seconds. Researchers confirm it's safe, but skeptics wonder about long-term battery health. If this tech goes mainstream, we might say goodbye to the dreaded low battery anxiety forever. Innovation is moving fast, and while not every new gadget is perfect, the leaps we're making are undeniable. So what's on your radar this week? Let's keep the conversation going, and that's it for Tech Pulse. Remember, the future is today. The future looks like it's all sports, and it's right now with Jordan Fort on the preview side. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Nika. It's a nice segue from Tech Pulse into sports because guess what? We're talking about drone soccer in sports.
What is that?
I know you've never heard of it. No. Don't worry, we'll explain more of that in sports. They're using drones and ICT to fly those drones to play soccer. I'll tell you more about that in sports. Of course, the West Indies are back in action. Cricket, lovely cricket. That's early tomorrow morning, so cricket fans have to get up at about 4:30 to watch the West Indies play against Ireland in the first ODI.
I'm not going to take that chance, but you should. After the break, we'll hear so much more. Stay with us.
blast the clips of our galaxy. Scientists are gathered here today to witness this extraordinary event. Simply marvelous, extraordinary, unforgettable, one of a kind. Oh man, that's amazing.
You can't ignore the craving that makes everything crunch. The crispy barbecue zinger is back with barbecue sauce, cheddar cheese, bacon, and crispy onions on a spicy zinger filet. KFC, it's finger licking good. The crispy barbecue zinger from KFC, available for a limited time. KFC, it's finger licking good.
The time by KFC is...
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Brought to you by Grace. Make a good move today.
I think fancy cat show. Who the singer? And get ready. And when you get ready, let's go, go, go. I to start. Girl, you pass so they look good. Exam me have to give you a sticky. Me no get wrong back. Feelings I care for you because you will take life. Feelings I care for you. When we go to school, me little and fine. Say that again. Pause again. Then I will Admiral Bailey trick me with.
You see yourself following him down the Christian walk?
And when them tell me, say, God calling, I say, when?
Yeah, man.
BT,
I want you, man.
Come on the party.
The Cut, brought to you by Flow.
Welcome back. Now let's find out what's happening on social media.
So what's getting the most attention online today? The Jamaica Constabulary Force is urging the public to report missing persons immediately, dispelling the myth that a 24-hour waiting period is required. Prompt reporting is crucial in ensuring a swift investigation and increasing the chances of a safe reunion. Here are some of your reactions. At Lovely Beauty Me says, do your police officers know this? Please share with them via internal communications. At Makeda So Blessed comments, refreshing to see this post. Just hope all police officers get this. At Kia Ashley Post, wow, this is a major improvement. At Dalmain adds, reporting it same time doesn't mean the police will act same time. JCF needs to clean up the organization because I've heard so many people complain. At Tana the Queen 1989 writes, I don't know why we had to wait 24 hours in the first place. At Meeks 13 shares, please we beg, ensure that this is communicated to every officer and station. In a lot of cases, they don't take these matters serious and often ask persons to just wait a little and see if them turn up, man. Do, me a beg or no. And that's what's trending on our social platforms today. Continue to share your thoughts with us on X at CVM TV and CVM Television on Facebook. I'm Raheem White.
Now for a look at the weather. Over now to the business report with Joel Crossgill.
Lots to share with you in the business report today. As you would likely have heard by now, Sagicor Group Jamaica recorded an almost 300% increase in net profits for Q1 2025 of Jamaican $3.97 billion relative to the same period in 2024. President and CEO of Sagicor Group Jamaica, Christopher Zaka, began the recent earnings call by describing the performance as gratifying.
Across the board, our business lines did well. They either did better than expected or as expected. And that, to me, as CEO of the group, was very important because it says that our governance, our planning, our execution is really spot on. So, you know, it's with some level of pride that I announced these results. We had strong insurance revenue, growing by 14% to reach $14.3 billion. We had growth in both long-term and short-term insurance revenue with strong new business sales and good conservation. Net investment income was particularly good, doubling year over year.
However, the BR today focuses on the Sagicor Group's drive to integrate its operations and bridge any service delivery gaps through the use of digital innovations.
In 3 years, you will be able to touch every part of Sagicor Group Jamaica digitally and in a seamless way. In insurance, you have to underwrite some products where you look at the client, assess their health, assess their, what the actual view of them is, and price accordingly. And we are moving to digital automated underwriting across all our various operations.
Some of which were described by Willard Brown, who assumed the CEO position at Sagicor Life Jamaica on May 1.
We are looking at finding a way to onboard people easier rather than just a regular fill out a paper form. It's in the pilot stage now. It will make the agent's life much easier when they go to the field. The final product will take us from paper contract to real-time onboarding, but that is in like stage 2 or 3 to come. Chris actually started giving you more aspects towards the journey when he mentioned the automated underwriting, because you can imagine when we layer that on to this onboarding thing, it will allow us to go even further with the kind of products that we can sell online. And I won't go too much further into that, but I will also say that some of the other features that we've rolled out and tested is even how people can collect their benefits, their cash benefits of their policies from us. We have begun to pilot a method, some that takes usually 3 to 4 hours, people coming in branch to do it. We're piloting something that takes them 20 minutes to half an hour. Our hope is to drop that even further.
Music to the ears of Shorvell Johnson Cunningham, CEO of Sagicor Bank Jamaica, who described the effort being made by her team in driving interaction with clients where they are.
This year, in addition to being in the client's corner, the bank is pushing with an outer road mentality this year where, we don't want to be around the desk. We think we take health very serious. So we're out the road talking to the clients because, it was alluded to that there may be a recession. So you don't want to wait until your client is having an issue. You talk to the client on a regular basis, find out where the headspace is at, where they're expanding, how tariffs, how everything is impacting on them, so that we too can make suggestions.
Joanna Banks recently named Executive VP Strategy and Business Development, who is also the group's Chief Technology Officer, reaffirmed the overall digital ambitions of the group.